What is going on, Pokemon fans? Welcome back to Power Wars Wrath. My name is JD, and today we're going to kick off our brand new type challenge of Generation 1. We play through the Ice, the Bug, the Fire, the Flying, and the Fighting type. Today we're going to kick off the Electric type. We have 6 Pokemon that participate in this challenge: Jolteon, Electabuzz, Zapdos, Electrode, Raichu, and Magneton. I did a video last week, I recommend you go check it out, where I rank these Pokemon from worst to best on how I think they're going to rank, which means the number 1 Pokemon is the one that goes first, which is Zapdos, and for good reason. It is a legendary Pokemon with some amazing stats. Look at the stats on this Pokemon. HP is 90, Attack is 90, Defense is 85, Special is 125, and Speed is 100. When your worst stat is 85, you should wreck this game. Now, does the moveset correspond with this Pokemon very well, and does it synergize? Yes, it does. It starts off with Thunder Shock, which is a stab move. It's 40 base power, 60 with stab, 100% accurate. And then Drill Peck, which is the best flying move in the game. It is a stab flying move, which starts at 80 base power, but it's stab at 120 with 100% accurate. Starting the game with this gives this Pokemon a huge level up over a lot of the competition in general, but definitely over the rest of the electric types. As we level up, we're going to get to level 51 and get Thunder. We're not going to use it. Agility at level 55, we will definitely use that. And Light Screen, we will not use Light Screen at all. This is all brakes, all gas, no brakes. Zapdos, very powerful Pokemon. And as we look at the team, moveset does not get a lot of options. We don't get access to Body Slam. We do get Double Edge and Hyper Beam. Those could be used as a good physical damaging move on top of Drill Peck. Thunderbolt will replace Thunder Shock. Like I said, we will not use Thunder. Mimic will help us mimic a move to defeat one of our biggest adversaries in this game. We could also use Swift in this playthrough. It is a good physical damaging move that does not miss. It skips over all accuracy checks. Sky Attack is garbage. Drill Peck's way better, and same with Fly. So there really isn't a lot of moves via TM we can add to improve this Pokemon. But to be honest, if we just use a level up moveset, we'd probably obliterate the game with this Pokemon. So without further ado, we're going to dive right into this playthrough. And our first battle is against our rival, as per tradition. His name is Lycansub. We named our Pokemon Big Bird because it's a big yellow bird, and I thought it'd be a great name to name it. And we gave our rival a Bulbasaur. There really isn't a great option for this Pokemon. If you pick a water type, we have electric moves. If you pick Charizard, it's electric as well. It's weak to electric. And then Bulbasaur, all the other Pokemon in this challenge are going to be facing Bulbasaur, so I thought it'd be only fair. And that leads us right into our second rival battle. Thunder Shock will 2-shot the Pidgey. We just don't want to get Sand Attack there. Very good. And then we're going to Bulbasaur. We're going to 2-shot Bulbasaur. It would have been a 1-shot, but we're not high enough level. We get to level 7, and we're going to leave this battle. Pretty easy battle. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. And we're going to go right into our battle against the Bug trainers in the Bug Forest. Now, there's not much to talk about here. We have Drill Peck. It's a very powerful move. It's already 120 base power, but when we start facing these bugs, it's going to double up. So I doubt we're very seriously going to have any hits on these bugs that aren't one-shots. So we just obliterate this trainer. And we're going to move right into the next one. We're going to obliterate this one as well. And Weedle comes out, and it's going to be a one-shot. Extremely good. We could probably also go for Thunder Shock and get the same result. Drill Peck on the Kakuna. Weedle on the one-shot on the Weedle. And now I want to move on to one other thing. 2 things. First off, this Pokemon is in a slow level up rate, which really isn't going to affect this Pokemon all that much because it's so powerful. And then we have a critical hit rate of 19.53 because of how good our speed is. So going into the battle against the Million Light Years trainer, that could be a factor, but it's definitely going to be a factor against Brock. Million Light Years trainer comes out with a Diglett. We're going to one-shot the Diglett with a critical hit. Don't know if that mattered or not, but we get the knockout. We're going to go to the Sandshrew, and the Sandshrew is going to be a clean 3-hit. Knockout, very good. Get to level 10, we're going to go heal real quick. We'll come right back and face Brock. Now, Brock has higher level than us, and it is a rock-type trainer, so it's resisted to Drill Peck. It's also actually, you can't even hit it with Thunder Shock. But Geodude is not the problem here. We're going to do a decent amount of damage with Drill Peck just because it's so powerful, and he's going to go for Defense Curl all the time. Now, critical hit will knock out the Pokemon, very good. But a critical hit is what we want, because it does a lot more damage, even with the stat modifications to its defense. Now, Onix is pretty simple. It's going to go for Screech or Tackle. We don't want Tackle after it does a bunch of Screeches, because then it's going to do damage to us. When it goes for Bide, we can use Thunder Shock. It will do 0 damage because it's ineffective, and it basically we won't want attacking the Bide and give it the opportunity to deal damage back to us. It really just went for a whole bunch of Screeches, so if it just went for Tackle, it probably could win this battle, but the AI is kind of stupid, and we're just going to knock it out by doing Thunder Shock and then Drill Peck. And now we're just attacking into it because I think we got a critical hit there. We get the win over Brock, Wakanda Forever. And with that win, that leads us right into our next part of the game, which is Mount Moon. Not much in Mount Moon, just a rare candy and an ether that we grab. But we're going to go ahead and knock out all the super duper nerds at Pokemon. We're going to 2-shot the Voltorb. We 1-shot the Grimer with a critical hit. And then Coughing comes out and we're going to 1-shot the Coughing as well. So Very easy battle. We get the Dome Fossil. All hail the Dome Fossil. I know if I didn't tell you, you're going to ask. Actually, now I think of it. Go ahead and ask. The comments are great for the YouTube algorithm. Shout out to my dry bread. Misty is our next battle, and she's super easy. Barely an inconvenience. Thundershock with a critical hit, one-shots the Star You. Thundershock will three-shot the Star Me. Now, we are not resisted to water moves. Electric Pokemon do not resist water moves. So that's just something I gotta let people know, is we don't resist that. So we beat Misty, and a little bit of editing glitch there, but we move right into our next battle against our rival. And our rival's going to go down to 2 Thundershocks on his Pidgeotto. I love having electric moves to take care of that stupid dirty bird. One shot on the Abra, one shot on the Rattata, and with Bulbasaur coming out, we are going to one shot as well. So we're under 10 minutes, and we've beaten 3 rival battles and 2 gym leaders already. We move right into our fourth rival battle on the SSN. It's going to come out with a Pidgeotto. Thundershock, as per tradition, gets a pretty easy knockout over Pidgeotto. Raticate goes down to 1 Drill Peck. Kadabra goes down to 1 Drill Peck. And his Ivysaur one-shot, it is a one-shot, very good. After this battle, we're going to go right into our battle with Lieutenant Surge. Now, we technically are weak to him because we're a flying type, but I think it's just like neutral. As I look over and I don't see anything over there damage-wise, it has a weird thing showing up where it says Sonic Boom's 120 effective power. That's odd, but I've never seen that before. But we get nothing done to us from Raichu. So we get a pretty easy win over Lieutenant Surge. And we're going to add Thunderbolt. And we're just going to move right into Erica's gym. I did the rock tunnel. Don't get me wrong. I just don't have the footage. I lost it somehow. But not a big deal. And we're going to move right into our battle against Erica. We have Drill Peck. We should obliterate this gym. One shot on the Victory Bell. One shot on the Tangela. And do we one shot the Vileplume. Vileplume is a little more bulky. It survives just barely. But we get the knockout nonetheless. A 2-hit knockout, a Toko as I like to call it, and that leads us right into our next battle, and it's going to be going into the underground hideout in the game corner. We're going to face this trainer, and we're just going to go for Thunderbolt. We're going to move it right up to the top of the list there. We're going to knock this guy out pretty easy, super easy, very on inconvenience, and that's going to lead us right into Giovanni's lair. And now that we've taken on a bunch of the Rocket Henchmen, we're going to take on the boss, Giovanni. Giovanni number 1. This battle can go off the rails pretty quick, especially because we are flying type and electric type, and he has an Onix with Rock Throw. We don't do a lot of damage to his Pokemon because they're resisted because, like I said, they're Rock type. However, we do eventually get the knockout just because we're higher level and we're just doing more damage than them. And then Kangaskhan's a normal type, so we one-shot with Thunderbolt. Giovanni pulls his I'm Batman and vanishes. And that we grab the Silph Scope, grab a Super Potion, go face our 5th rival battle in Pokemon Tower. He's going to come out with the Pidgeotto. And we're going to clean sweep this entire game. One shot on the Pidgeotto, one shot on the Gyarados, one shot on the Growlithe. Kadabra is going to be a one shot with Drill Peck, and since we're already here, might as well stick with Drill Peck and knock out the Ivysaur. Get a very easy win over our rival, and that moves us right into our next part of the game, which is Koga's Gym. Now, I don't usually show this, but I want to talk about something real quick. Koga's Gym is very weird. Like, if you go into any other gym, you're getting Pokemon that are relevant to the typing that they are, that the trainers in here have. So, for example, you go into Misty's gym, all the Pokemon there are water type. In here, a lot of the trainers in here do not have poison type Pokemon. They have psychic type. We just faced a guy that had 3 Drowses and a Kadabra, and now we're facing a trainer with 1 Drowsy and a Hypno. These are not what Koga is. Koga's poison type. It's very weird. It's very weird to me. But nonetheless, we're going to go ahead and save, and we're going to take on Koga. Now, Koga, like I said, is a poison specialist. We don't have anything great for Koga. We just have some raw power that we're going to use. So, for example, we're going to go for Thunderbolt. On the Coughing, it's a one-shot. Very good. We're going to go for Thunderbolt on the Muck. It's going to be a 2-shot. It tries to evade us, but it fails. Coughing is a one-shot with Thunderbolt. And the last Pokemon, Weezing, it's not a one-shot. It could go for self-destruct. I think we still survive. So, it's pretty much a foregone conclusion. Pretty easy win, honestly, over Koga. And that leads us right into Blaine's gym. Blaine's another weird gym. He's got nothing but Thieves, and he's got Scientists there. We're going to go for Drill Peck on his Growlithe. Ponyta comes out. Drill Peck will not knock out the Ponyta in 1 hit. Critical hit. Don't know if that matters. Get the 2-hit knockout. Drill Peck on the Rapidash. We don't like Fire Spin. It's one of the worst moves to use ever. But I don't know why I did it. It's still doing it. I don't know why you can heal in the middle of battle like that. You cheater. And we knock out the Rapidash. We have 1 Pokemon left, which is Arcanine. Arcanine can be pretty hectic because it just has a wide array of moves and it's pretty bulky. It just seems to tank what we do very well. But eventually we do outpace. We beat Blaine, and that leads us right into our 6th rival battle. This one's in Silphco. This battle is actually pretty easy as well. It doesn't have a lot of things that resist us. In fact, it's the same Pokemon as the last battle, so we have something for everyone. One shot on the Pidgeot with Thunderbolt, one shot on the Gyarados with Thunderbolt. Growlithe is still pretty weak, so it gets one shot by Thunderbolt. Drill Peck on the Alakazam, and Drill Peck on the Venusaur is a one shot as well. Very easy win. We level 39, and that's going to lead us right into our next battle against Giovanni. His team is getting a little bit easier because he doesn't have as many rock Pokemon anymore. He only has one. So Nidorino comes out, Thunderbolt will one shot the Nidorino. It's just pure poison type, so we can do that. One shot on the Kangaskhan. And now we gotta revert back to Drill Peck for Rhyhorn. It's gonna be, looks like what, a 4-hit knockout? Yep, 4 hits. And then Nidoqueen comes out, and this battle can go off the rails. It actually goes off the rails later, you'll see, when we face Giovanni number 3. We do get paralyzed, so it could be bad right now, but we still outpace. We get the knockout over Giovanni's Pokemon, and then we move right into our next battle, which is against Sabrina. Sabrina and her whip, and she's going to come out with a Kadabra. We have a good physical move. With most Psychic Pokemon, if you just have a good physical move, you'll sweep a team. As long as you don't take a lot of damage back, we one-shot all the Pokemon. Do we one-shot the Alakazam? We do not. Alakazam survives. It barely has any defense. I don't get that, but we get the win. I'm not going to complain because the next battle we're going to have is going to be pretty tough, so I'm going to complain about this. This battle is absolutely atrocious. This Pokemon's on pace to really wreck this game and maybe have a sub-40 run, and this battle is just atrocious. I got to find a way to get around this battle. It might be something where I use all the rare candies for this battle because I won't need them in the Elite Four. That might be what it is. But this battle is absolutely atrocious. So we get through the Rhyhorn with very, very much unscathed. But now we get Sand Attack. And Sand Attack kind of throws this battle off the rails. We do not get the one-shot on Dugtrio. So now we're going to go for Drill Peck on the Nidoqueen. And she poisons us. So we probably could have won this battle if we didn't get poisoned. Because as much as, like, you know, we have our accuracy lowered, we're not, you know, we have nothing that's going to really diminish too much of our attack stat. So we get the knockout. And if we had just a couple more turns, we probably could have knocked this Pokemon out. We're getting our health whittled down, so we're going to face this battle again. So that's our first reset of the entire game. And if I remember correctly, when I played through this about 2 years ago, the same exact thing happened. Giovanni gave us all the problems in the world. We were on such a good pace, and then Giovanni, we just hit a wall. So we got to find a way in between now and my second playthrough to figure out how to make this battle so much better. Dig is the ultimate strategy here because a lot of the Pokemon are weak to Dig, so it actually comes up to be super effective. But the problem is Diglett keeps screwing up this battle. He went for Sand Attack on the last attempt. He went for Growl on this one. I think he actually went for Growl and Sand Attack on this attempt. So that's what the problem is right now, is we're not being able to hit the Pokemon, and we're also not being able to knock it out because our attack stats have been lowered. So we're going to try attempt number 3. Rhyhorn comes out, and we're going to go for Drill Peck on Rhyhorn. It's going to be about a 5 or 6 hit knockout, and we get critical hit. That helped us right there, so now it will be a 5-hit knockout for sure. And now we move on to Dugtrio. We still got to Mimic Dig. That's the only strategy that's going to work here. It misses a Sand Attack, so now we have a great chance to win this battle. So here's what the battle should look like every time we play it if we don't get those stupid shenanigans by Diglett. Or Dugtrio, I should say. And we're going to go for Drill Peck on the Nidoking. There we go. And then Rhydon comes out. Dig. Looks like it's going to be about a 3-shot. We really should have Agility to badge boost and make it so our moves are much more effective. We do beat Giovanni eventually, but it took 3 attempts to do it. And that leads us right into our next battle, which is against our rival. Our rival, right before the Elite Four, we have Pidgeot comes out. We can't set up yet, so there's no point in it. We could have technically used Agility there by mimicking, but we're not going to. Drill Peck on the Rhyhorn. Critical hit makes it look like it's going to be about a 3-hit, but unless critical hit again, no, it's going to be a 4-hit. So we take a little bit of damage from the Rhyhorn, we get the knockout, we move right on to the Gyarados. Gyarados is a one-shot. Growlithe comes out. Growlithe is a one-shot. Alakazam comes out. Drill Peck should still be a one. Nope, it's not a one-shot. It is really, really like weird that Pokemon survives. It's weird that this Pokemon survives. Nonetheless, we get the knockout, get the win, and head right on to the Elite Four. Now that we're at the Elite Four, I expect nothing but pure domination from this Pokemon. We're going to look at the stats real quick of this Pokemon. The stats are as follows. Attacks 149, defense is 143, speed is 159, and special is 188. When you look in the bottom left corner, that's all the stats modified with the corresponding badge. Attack is 167, defense is 160, speed is 178, and special is 211. We have our moveset, which is not going to change, which is Drill Peck, Thunderbolt, Mimic, and Agility. We have our badge boosting move, our copying move to help us with the battle if we need to copy a move, and our 2 stab moves. Without further ado, let's dive into this Elite Four. And like I said, I expect pure domination. Our first member of the Elite Four is Lorelei. She's a nice specialist. She's going to lead with the Dugong. Dugong can actually do some serious damage to us if we're not paying attention, because Aurora Beam is super effective. We are a flying type, so we're weak to it. However, we do get the knockout with Thunderbolt after one setup with Agility. We're going to knock out with Slowbro. Jinx is not weak to electric moves, so we don't get the ability to knock her out in one go. However, Lapras is a water type, so we knock it out and we get a pretty easy win over Lorelei. Super easy, barely an inconvenience. Now, I made some blunders here. I should have healed, and I didn't heal going into this, so it made this battle a lot more interesting than it had to be. We don't have a great move for Onix, so we're going to go for Drill Peck. And then it looks like, yeah, the next Pokemon, we're going to go for Agility, which I don't know why I did this. It was kind of dumb on my part. The reason why is we're about to level up. So if you look at our experience bar where it says slow, level 56, we're about to level up. So that Agility right there was pointless. The only thing Agility could have done is maybe just help me knock out Hitmonchan, but we have a super effective move against Hitmonchan, so we're going to do that anyway. Hitmonlee goes down to 1 knockout, and we actually mimic the move from Hitmonchan, which is Ice Punch. Ice Punch will one-shot the Onix. And now we have Machamp. Machamp is not a one-shot. However, we get the 2-hit knockout. Toko, super easy, barely inconvenience. Move right on from Murno to Agatha. Agatha is one of the more complicated members of the Elite Four. She has the Agatha ladder. She can confuse you, paralyze you, put you to sleep, and poison you. We're going to go for Hypnosis, and we're going to go for Hypnosis again, and we're going to go for Hypnosis again. And Confusion really does derail us here. And this is a pretty easy loss right here. And if we just wouldn't have got confused, we probably would have a better outcome with this battle. So that is our third reset of the game. And we're going to go ahead and face this battle one more time. We're just going to go for Agility, do 1 setup, 2 setup. And now we are confused, which is awesome. But now we're going to go for Thunderbolt, and it's not going to be a one-shot. We should have gone for Drill Peck. Drill Peck is going to do better against Gengar. Gengar has low defense. So we're going to one-shot the Golbat. We're going to one-shot the Haunter. Very good. The only thing I won't one-shot here is if we get a critical hit. So we get the one-shot on the Arbok, and we're going to get a 2-shot on the Gengar. So that ends Agatha pretty quickly. So the battle is like literally yin and yang. You can either have everything go off the rails or everything goes your way and you get a pretty easy win against Agatha. And that leads us right into our battle against Lance, the 4th member of the Elite Four. He leads out with a Gyarados. Gyarados can't really do much to me, so I'm going to go right for Thunderbolt. We're going to go for Drill Peck on the Dragonair. It's a critical hit. Don't know if that mattered, but I think it did. We'll go for Agility on the Dragonair. We get at least 2 turns. Nope, we get fully set up. 3 turns. Drill Peck will one-shot the Dragonair. We have Aerodactyl come out, Thunderbolt on the Aerodactyl. I don't know how we can hit that. Isn't it Rock type? I don't know. I guess the Flying type is more predominant. But we go for Drill Peck. We get a 3-hit knockout on the Dragonite. We beat Lance, and that leads us right into our final battle of the game, which is against the champion, our rival, Like and Sub. Make sure you like and sub. That's his name. You have to do it. It's a roll. And Pidgeot comes out. We can get completely set up or just go for broke. Yep, we're going to go for broke on the Pidgeot. We're going to mimic Recover on the Alakazam. And I know why I did mimic Recover. Because I forgot to grab full restores. So I needed to recover my health. That's why I decided to go that route. That's why I just immediately went for broke on Pidgeot. And immediately went for Recover on the Alakazam. So now we can actually get set up. We can recover our health. Maybe even get some badge modifications from Rhydon, which we did. There's 2 badge modifications. So now our physical attack stats are really high. There is one trade-off. If I do have an actual potion or full restore or whatever, there's a better strat where I can mimic Psychic. That way I can deal with Rhydon a little bit better. However, we knock out the Gyarados, we knock out the Arcanine, and Drill Peck on the Venusaur is a one-shot. And we beat our rival. We level up to level 61. And so now we're getting our time locked into the Elite Four. We beat the game at 43 minutes and 48 seconds. And now we're just getting our in-game time, which I don't count, but I do like to show it just to find it kind of for clarity that it gets done. So, 43 minutes and 48 seconds, 3 resets, level 61. Not bad for a first run, but I plan on getting this Pokemon under 40 minutes. We can definitely shave off. I mean, Giovanni alone, all the Giovannis took a good amount of time individually. So if we can find a way to clean those up, we're definitely going to save ourselves some time. Probably cut out some battles in between. I don't know the strategy I want to do yet. I don't know if I want to give a lot of rare candies throughout the course of the game, or if I want to save them and then just throw them all in at once, get a huge boost in my levels or whatever. However, we got one other thing we got to do. We got to go ahead and upgrade our tier list. So this Pokemon coming in here at 43 minutes and what was it now? 43 minutes and some seconds. It doesn't matter. It ends up landing right here in the S tier, right next to Cloyster. Cloyster will be moving down the list a little bit at 44 minutes, but with 43 minutes and some seconds, it is just behind Machamp. And I'm going to be honest with you, I expect this to pass Machamp as soon as I get a chance to do a second playthrough, because I'm going to have it more refined, and I'll hopefully get a little bit better RNG in the Giovanni battles. That's a good start for the electric type. First electric type we play through, it's in the S tier. Do I think the rest of the electric type will land like that? I do not. I think maybe one or two will land in the sub 50 tier. That's definitely a possibility. I do not see Zapdos being in the sub 45 tier very long. I foresee this as the first Pokemon can get under 40 minutes when I do my second playthrough. But that's further down the road. We got other Pokemon to do. The next Pokemon I'm going to play through as is Magneton. That will be coming out next week. And I'll probably have some form of a what-if scenario coming out. I think I'm going to do another what-if, which is how does Moltres look in Generation 1 if you get rid of Fire Spin and give it Flamethrower. That's going to be a very unique playthrough that I'm curious to get done. Is it really just that much of a move? It's a moveset problem, or is it just that the Pokemon's really bad? I don't know, but that's why we do those Let's Plays or what-if scenarios, whatever you want to call it. I did one this week. I recommend you go check it out. It's Aerodactyl, but it's Generation 2, a modified Generation 2 moveset in Pokemon Blue. Without further ado, that's my video. Thank you all for watching. This is Polywar's Wrath. My name is JD. Have a good one, and I'll see you guys next time.